Hi, my name is Jim Gill. I'm from the Center for Arts Inspired Learning. This segment is facial expressions and creating facial expressions through the use of eyes, mouth, and eyebrows, the three most important parts of the face when you are considering an expression that should convey some emotion. You know, happy, sad, angry. All those things basically can be done by manipulating the eyes, mouth, and eyebrows. So the demonstration is going to continue with an over-the-shoulder shot that it will provide so that you can see what I'm doing and you'll follow along with me as you work on your drawing at home. And as I mentioned, it's eyes, mouth, and eyebrows that we pay attention to. So if you haven't got your supplies yet, all you need is a piece of paper and a pencil. And I'm going to ask that you draw a line down the middle. This is 8.5 by 11. I'm going to ask that you just draw a line down the middle of the paper and a line across the middle so you end up with 4 quadrants. In the upper left quadrant, I'm going to ask that you draw a circle, basic circle. Notice that I'm going around a few times and I'm holding the pencil fairly stiff. I'm not doing little lines like that. I'm using my whole arm and even locking the wrist to make this circle. You end up with a nice circle, and you can do this, you can practice several times in making this circle. It helps in making shapes to do it using your whole arm. We're going to start with a happy face. And again, don't be discouraged if this seems too basic, because we're going to be building on each lesson, starting with some fundamental ideas and building up to more and more intricate and difficult designs and drawings. But it's important to have these basic ideas down early. So when you're drawing a facial expression on a face that's happy, we're concentrating on the eyes, the mouth, and the eyebrows. Now you may be thinking, oh my God, this guy went to college? I doubt it, but it's true. Eyebrows, for example, are very important. I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to go to this page. I'm going to draw the same kind of face. Eyes, basically just a big smiley face, right? Looks like a smiley face. Now eyebrows, where you put the eyebrows can make a big difference. For example, if I make eyebrows like this, all of a sudden this character is no longer happy so much as it is, I don't know, sinister, diabolical. It looks like this person's gonna push somebody off a cliff and he's going to enjoy it, that kind of person. And it's just by where those eyebrows went and how that changed the look of this face to turn into somebody who's diabolical or evil, planning a scheme of some kind. So these eyebrows are up off the eyes. That word up is very descriptive, because anything that is someone who's in a good mood, someone who's happy, glad, joyful, they are in an up mood. So the sides of the mouth go up. If we were putting little dimples, they would be going up on either side. By the way, the nose is not so important, at least not for a simple drawing like this. So I'm just going to make like an igloo with 2 ants in it. But you can do any kind of nose you want. But the eyebrows go up off the eyes. The sides of the mouth go up. I'm adding ears at this point. Those maybe could be angled up a little bit. This mouth is closed like a smile, but if I want the character to have a big grin, like a toothy grin, even where the teeth meet, like that line where the teeth meet, that can be going up on either side. This mouth is closed, it's just like a smile. But if I wanted the mouth to look like it's open, as though the character, let's say the character was delivering a line, giving a talk of some kind of speech that we would show in a word balloon. Like maybe he's saying, yo, and he's happy. We want the mouth to look open so the words can fall out. If you have a character that's talking in a cartoon or an illustration, make sure the mouth looks like it's open. And the best way to do that is just to color it in. This dark area is like a shadow area inside the mouth. Anything that's dark looks like it goes inside. Picture your mouth like a cave, okay? Your mouth is like a cave inside your head. That's the best way to think about it. When you add hair, it can be any kind of hair you want. You can make it a boy or a girl or a duck. Just don't get in the way of the eyes, the mouth, and the eyebrows. If your character has glasses, make sure that you can still see the eyebrows. Or if it has a beard, make sure you can still see the mouth. You don't want to cover up the parts of the face, particularly if you want us to be able to see the expression on the character. Don't cover up the eyes, the mouth, or the eyebrows. Moving along, this is going to be a sad face. Starts out very similar. Eyes, the mouth goes down on either side. Obviously, someone is feeling sad, feeling depressed, feeling down. The sides of the mouth go down. Any kind of nose. Now the eyebrows also fall down to the sides, almost like inside out parentheses. This mouth is closed. If we want the mouth to be open, so it looks like they're crying or yelling or something, we still want it to look like it's down on either side. And we're going to color it in like that cave idea. So it looks like their mouth is open. I'm doing this quickly. Just coloring it in quickly. Maybe they have hair that's hanging straight down like they got caught in the rain. Notice how often, by the way, in a sad movie, when something really sad is happening, like a funeral or something, and it'll be raining on that character, or rain on the window outside the apartment or whatever where they're living. There'll be rain on the outside, rain coming down. Rain is often something that really evokes a lot of sadness. The character in Winnie the Pooh that's always sad, Eeyore, even he's colored blue. As I mentioned, blue is a synonym for feeling sad. The color blue will often dictate a much more sad scene. Moving down to the lower left, we're going to do face that is mad, angry, again. Making that circle. And again, this is very basic. I can appreciate that this stuff is, you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is so basic. For this one, think Angry Birds. So the eyebrows go in, they angle in, and the eyes can be touching the eyebrows. Now again, this could be a far more sophisticated eye, depending on how exact you want to, or how detailed you want to get. But we're not worried about that just yet. We'll be looking at that kind of thing later. So that would be like a much angrier, more distinct illustrated eye. But just the basics of how these shapes work. You can make any kind of nose. This looks like the bottom half of the United States. The mouth on this face is going to be down on either side and then straight across the bottom, almost like an umbrella. But we're going to add teeth. And where the teeth meet is also straight line. That kind of accentuates this lower line here on the bottom of the jaw. It makes it look like a clenched jaw. And there's lots of verbal, these are ears basically. There's lots of verbal descriptions or written descriptions of how somebody in this who's angry might be described. For example, they might be a hothead or blowing off steam. And those are things that you can visualize, that you can picture in your mind and you can illustrate. So if they have steam coming out of their ears, it might look like straight lines, little clouds, more straight lines, almost like popcorn. But it looks like there's steam coming out of their ears, which makes them look very angry. This is more of a cartoon look, obviously. If this were like a realistic character, you wouldn't want to have steam coming right out of their ears. Also, it may be tempting to have steam in a cartoon character like this, have steam coming out of their nose. But be very careful because that almost always looks like snot. The only characters that really make sense to have steam coming out of their nose might be something like a dragon that might have, or a bull that might have a snout where steam could be coming out of their nose and it wouldn't look weird. And the last one on this group of four, I'm going to do one more face. This is going to look shocked or surprised. This is surprised in a bad way. Something bad has happened, let's say. Large eyes, small pupils, and a kind of nose. We're going to make the mouth an O, and we're going to color it in. I'm making it O because when something shocking happens, usually what's coming out of your mouth is like, oh no, or oh, whatever. It's something horrible, like you're just about to be hit by a bus. And all of a sudden you're like, no. The eyebrows, remember eyebrows, eyes, mouth, and eyebrows. The eyebrows can be actually flying off the head. Now in real life, your eyebrows rarely leave your head, but in a cartoon, you can exaggerate that. Typically you go to bed, your eyebrows are right where you left them when you wake up in the morning, which is a nice thing. We're going to add ears to this, and the hair can be standing straight up on this character, like they're, like they're frightened, like if you have a dog or a cat when they get alarmed or frightened, sometimes the hair in their shoulder stands up, doink, their tail, foop, opens up. You can add these are called ploods, these little marks here like that, and it looks like excited, excited, almost like sweat or something flying off the character. So these are four basic emotions that we have conveyed in just using eyes, mouth, and eyebrows with a little bit of added some definition added to, like hair, you know, stuff that they're wearing. Again, what you do with these characters, and this could just as well be, let's say, a cat, a certain kind of cat. So I'm going to make this cat. I've started with just a circle, a triangle for the nose. This is like the jaw. I'm gonna make this this cat is angry, and he's got like maybe he's got some teeth showing. It's almost looking like a wolf. But it looks pretty angry, pretty ticked off. And that is the eyes. The eyebrows are angled in. The mouth has that downturned part. And the eyebrows, you know, the eyebrows, eyes and eyebrows are both part of the same. Maybe if we put a little furrowed brow there to accentuate that. Maybe we would darken this in too if we were coloring this. And don't forget, if you're doing something, if you're making somebody look angry and you're using color, red would be an obvious choice to use regardless of what the animal is or the skin color. Adding red in this area will make it look like more blood coming to the face, angrier. So that's...